so far we have exposure to about 230 companies in a fund that we think will end up with about 300. And I found myself, Lori, because I'm so close to Stanford and Silicon Valley, moonshots and unicorns kind of overlap in terms of their brand and their what comes to mind for people. I think before I answer the moonshot question, and I'll give some company examples, I mentioned earlier on the role of corporates. So we're seeing corporate investors in these early stage funds with us. Amazon, Microsoft, Cargill, Toyota, companies like this, and they're investing in early stage venture funds because they want to be first in line to acquire these companies as kind of Lego blocks of innovation in their own company. And Merck is another corporate investor that I was thinking of. And they want to be first in line as a customer as well. And so when we look at a portfolio of 300 companies, there are many companies where the venture capitalists underwriting them view them as companies that would return the whole fund. That's the kind of underwriting they're doing. And then there are other companies that I would just say are really valuable Lego blocks that are going to have corporate exits or are going to merge with other companies across our 300. An example would be, if I look across the 300 we'll ultimately have, I will bet that at least 20 have significant benefit to large-scale utility solar. Well, most of them are going to end up with the same customers. And so ultimately, many of those companies, I believe, 5 to 10 years from now, will merge with each other. But because moonshot's such a good word, I want to call out the fact that a lower carbon capital, all our 12 of our managers are fabulous. Lower carbon has a portfolio approach to a topic I mentioned before, which is fusion energy. And many people would view fusion as, way out there. So that kind of qualifies it for the term moonshot. And rather than picking one company, they started building about 4 or 5 years ago a portfolio of about 7 companies in that space. So collectively, because I'm someone who builds portfolios, the odds that they will get a moonshot or collective moonshot out of those 7 companies, I think is reasonably high. And we're excited to have modest exposure to that. Another one of I spoke earlier about technology innovation and the importance of data collection and then with the satellites and the drones and everything that gives us all this data, and then the cloud platforms and AI that allows us to synthesize that data. But I didn't really touch on this renaissance going on in biology, chemistry, material science, electrochemistry. We are doing things that, maybe you guys all know this, we are making protein out of air for food, and we are making metal out of water. So we're in this age of alchemy that when you think about that, Lori, it's like, I actually can't figure out whether that's a Mars shot or a moon shot, or because it's so unusual. But Magrathea is a company that is making structural magnesium out of water. It is a WovenEarth's portfolio company. And lower carbon, I would say their fusion portfolio is a moonshot kind of thing. So